Afternoon, guys. I'm Dave Canterbury with Self-Reliance Outfitters and the Pathfinder School. And we're going to talk about the PDF4 deadfall triggers today. I'm going to show you how they work, a couple little modifications you can do to use them for other type trapping as well, using the notches that are implemented in the new design. They come in 5 packs. They're made out of aircraft aluminum. They have a ballistic nylon packaging that's black. And inside that there is a flap that is an instruction sheet on how to set up the traps themselves. I'm going to kind of walk you through a couple of standard configurations today and show you how worthwhile this system is for your survival type needs. Again, this is not a bushcrafting type trap where we're going to go out and carve something. This is for emergency food gathering, where numbers of traps is what counts and how fast can we get them out there. Stay with me. Okay guys, let's talk about this PDF4 deadfall. And I see a lot of questions on posts about this trap trigger of why would I want to carry something like that when I could just carve it in the woods? And the answer to that's very simple. If you're using a figure 4 type trigger, it's probably in an emergency situation, because you can carry steel traps easy enough and trap legally if you're not in an emergency scenario. In an emergency scenario, to carve something like this takes quite a bit of time. It takes a good material, and it takes a little bit of knowledge to get those notches to line up correctly. Whereas this, the job is already done for you, and you simply unfold it and lock it in place. It's very, very quick and easy to set. It takes virtually no time. You can adjust the sensitivity of the trap very easily, and it's a very quick deadfall trigger. Okay, as I mentioned, there's a couple extra notches on this trap. There's one here at the bottom, and there's another one up here on our levering stick that attaches to our trigger here. And the reason that is so that we can stake it to the ground here and have it held, and then pull up through this notch with a spring pull device to use this as a trigger system for not only a spring-loaded snare, but also for a fishing device. So if we have a spring pull device here with a piece of paracord on it out of our kit, and we just run that up to that notch, now we have our trigger set. If we let that off, it's going to spring. So if we want to use this device for fishing, we would come in here and attach our loop to our snare device, just like this. Get our trigger hooked onto it, like that. And now we're set. We've taken a prusik loop here and attached a smaller line, and this could be a snare or it could be for fishing. So if we've got a hook on this line and a weight that we've thrown out into the water, then we're just going to come over here on the front side of the trigger, just like this, and we're going to attach this just like this very easily to the trigger. We could put a loop in there if we wanted to, and what will happen is when the fish comes out and pulls on the bait, it's going to set the trigger in that fish's mouth, and you're going to have a spring pull that he's pulling against. Now, by the same token, if we wanted to do the same thing with a snaring device, we would set the trigger up exactly the same way, and this line that we have coming off of our main line would be our snare line. And we would come out here and fence that in here with our snare loaded, so that when the animal went through the snare to get the bait, he would again set it off and pull the snare around his neck. So the versatility of this trigger is very, very good. It can be used for snares as well as fishing, as well as its intended purpose of the figure 4. All right, guys, I'm Dave Canterbury with Self-Reliance Outfitters and the Pathfinder School, and I appreciate you joining me out here today for this video on the PDF4 deadfall trigger system. I appreciate your views. I appreciate your support. I thank you for everything you do for our school, for our family, and for our business, for all of our sponsors, instructors, affiliates, and friends. I'll be back with another video as soon as I can. Thanks, guys.